Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Excuse my voice, I'm definitely under the weather. Our video will be quick today. Before we get started, I wanted to bring up the trading workshop. The first weekend in March, it's going to be on a Saturday and Sunday. It's a 2-day virtual event on all things charts. We're going to touch on everything from setting up your charts to advanced scalping. So we're going to go through several swing trading strategies, scalping strategies, day trading strategies, setting up those support and resistance lines, trend lines, entries and exits, all of those things. So definitely check out the link in the description if you are interested. Also, tomorrow we're doing a free class. All those links are in the description if you're interested. Let's get into some charts. Today I'm going to start with snow on the chart. I'm going to clean this up just a little bit so we can see what's going on. But snow really broke trend on Friday. So it kind of had this trending thing since January where it's been going up and kind of testing this trend line area, testing it. Well, it gapped below our trend line area beautifully on Friday. So what we're looking for is to see if we're going to stay below this trend area. So I'm going to put the EMAs back up real quick. So we did get below that 50 EMA on the daily, but it did not hold below. So we made sure to close above. So the two things that I'm watching for is one, will we go back to test 164 to close this gap? Or two, will we break this 50 and continue down to about 146? So there's definitely some great movement to the upside and downside on snow. Also, as we do move to the downside, pay attention to your 9 and your 21 EMAs to see if they actually cross to give us more indication for a downside. So there's definitely some beautiful movement to snow to the upside and downside. Keep this on your radar. They do have earnings on March 1st, so keep that in mind going into earnings. This isn't a ticker that's usually on my watch list at all, but they had some really great earnings movement last week. This is Airbnb, and we're looking at a daily chart. I just wanted to show you guys the gap that was created. So there's about a $10 gap on here. Set an alert at about 130 just so you can know that, okay, it's getting into that territory for the gap fill, but don't play this prematurely as it could bounce at this support level. So it went down to 130 on Friday, but it bounced when the whole market kind of reversed on us. So watch out for that. So let's switch to the 1 hour real quick on Airbnb. I want you to see that the 921 has already crossed to the downside. And it seems to be setting up a slight bear flag. So what we're watching for is for it to definitely clear this 50 EMA. Once it clears that 50 EMA, it lines right up at about 130. Then we're going to watch for a downside to 126-ish for a test because this is a support level from previous. And then the next level down would be that gap fill at about 121. So definitely a great move on Airbnb that's possible. I'm looking for the downside move. There definitely can be upside, but I just have alerts set to the downside right now. The main thing with a gap fill, as I always say, is to just be patient and wait to make sure you have confirmation. And you always can play piece by piece. You don't have to try to sit in a full gap fill. Okay, let's talk about SPY. SPY was a mess last week. Definitely great for scalpers and day traders, but swing traders got a little caught up. The chop was just extreme on SPY, and really we've been chopping between about 408 to 414, and then Friday we finally broke down to, I think we went as low as 404. Yep, we went as low as 404 on Friday, but then we had that massive reversal at the end of the day, and it kind of like left people in a chokehold. It left the bears in a chokehold. So what I really see on SPY is that, yes, we did have that pullback. So that gravestone doji and closing below that 9 EMA on Thursday gave us some reasoning to swing puts into the next day. That's when we went down to the 404, but we popped, we reversed. So we didn't hold below the trend, and we also did not close below the 21 EMA. So what it looks like to me on SPY is that we actually might bounce off of the support level and go back to test that 9 EMA. Now, that's not guaranteed. SPY could sidewind more until it eventually does break down, but it does seem like it's setting up more of a bull flag to me now, and I really see the bull flag a lot clearer on the weekly. So I just switched to a weekly chart on SPY real quick because this bull flag is a lot clearer here. As you can see, the flag pole, and then this is the flag. I could see one more sidewinding week to go touch this yellow trend line, maybe. That's not guaranteed. But it does look like it's looking for something to push it up higher. So the flag would sidewind to this yellow trend line. The EMAs will be a little higher. So that will all serve as some really strong support for it. And then that flag would explode to the upside. It probably would break through the 416 and 418 resistance levels. that we've been struggling with. Now, this is all theory. It's not there yet. It's just what the setup looks like. If this whole theory fails, then you know SPY needs to get below 404, then below this trend line to have a longer term bearish sentiment. But right now, it's just not there yet. Closing above that 21 EMA invalidates a lot of the bearish sentiment. So SPY gave us some sideways action. Right now, I am still more bullish on SPY than bearish. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear. We have support levels that need to break before we turn bearish. Sorry, I just adjusted my trend line, but yeah. So definitely more bullish than bearish on SPY right now. So we'll see what happens. We also still have that inverse head and shoulders that hasn't really broken out yet on the weekly as well. So keep those in mind on SPY. I wanted to talk about AMD really quickly because it's one of the few charts that has fallen back below the 9, the 21, and the 200 EMAs. So it slipped into a little bit of more bearish territory than the other tech stocks, which is definitely interesting. Keep in mind that Nvidia does have earnings this week. I think it's on Wednesday after the bell. So AMD will most likely move with whatever sentiment that Nvidia moves on Wednesday and into Thursday. So watch that. But it definitely was interesting to see that it has fallen below the EMAs. The levels to the downside would be if we do hold below 78.50, it should go to test about $75, which is right at that 50 EMA on the daily. So I don't know if we'll go below the 50, but for sure it looks like it wants to test it. I definitely wanted to keep it short today before I lose my voice. Don't forget to check out the trading workshop and our free session on tomorrow. It's really a 2-day commitment. It's like 3 or 4 hours each day, but once you're done, you will have so much clarity, so much information, and you'll be able to do all of this stuff yourself. You won't have a lot of questions, and you'll definitely leave with multiple strategies that can help you stay profitable. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good week, y'all.